Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something that might shock you. Becoming rich is not a privilege. It's a decision.
Yeah, I said it.
See, people think getting rich is about luck, inheritance, or being born with connections. Nah, that's just noise. That's what broke mindsets say to stay comfortable where they are. The real truth, anybody, yes, even you, can become rich. Not because some guru said so, but because you already got everything you need. You just haven't activated it yet. Now, I know some of y'all are thinking, man, that's easy for somebody else to say. I'm struggling just to pay rent. And I hear you. I've been there. But let me be clear, being broke is a condition, but staying broke is a choice. Once you learn how money works, how your mind works, and how value is created, the whole game changes. This ain't about fairy tales. This is about real talk, real life, and real results. I'm not here to sell you a fantasy. I'm here to show you what's already inside you that can turn your whole life around. So if you're sick of sitting on the sidelines while others win, if you're tired of watching folks chase their dreams while you bury yours, if you're ready to stop existing and start living like a boss, then don't blink, don't scroll, don't tap out, because what you're about to hear, it ain't hype, it's a shift. And once it clicks for you, money won't just walk toward you. It'll start chasing you. Let's get it. You don't need to be born rich to end up rich. That's one of the biggest lies we've been told since we were kids. People make it sound like money is only for the people born into it. Like if your parents weren't loaded, you're automatically locked out of the game. But that's just not true. Money doesn't care where you come from. It doesn't check your zip code before showing up in your life. Money follows people who believe they can have it and take steps like they already deserve it. Here's what you need to understand. Rich people don't just have money. They have a mindset. They see the world through opportunity. They don't say, I can't afford that. They ask, how can I afford that? That little shift right there is everything. When you start thinking like that, your brain goes to work looking for solutions, not excuses. Poor thinking locks the door. Rich thinking finds a key. Sometimes the only thing standing between you and the life you want is the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't have it. Let's be real. Some of the wealthiest people on this planet came from nothing. Some of them didn't even finish school. But what they did have, the belief that they could build something bigger than their circumstances. They didn't sit around blaming where they started. They used it as fuel. They turned pain into purpose. Struggle became strategy, and doubt, that became drive. If they could do it. What makes you think you can't? You bleed like they bleed. You wake up to the same 24 hours they do. What's stopping you? Not your environment, not your past, not even the lack of money. The only thing stopping you is the belief that something's stopping you. You might say, well, I wasn't raised around money, so I don't know how to manage it. Cool, learn. Everything is learnable. You learned how to ride a bike. You learned how to cook, how to walk, how to talk, how to survive. You can learn how to get rich too. There's more free knowledge on how to make money today than ever before. Books, podcasts, videos, courses. If you're hungry enough, the tools are there. So if you're not growing, it's not because the opportunity isn't out there. It's because you haven't decided to grab it. And let me tell you something else. Rich people are not smarter than you. They just have better habits. They value their time. They set goals. They think long term. They don't spend money to look rich. They invest money to become rich. Big difference. Stop worrying about impressing people and start focusing on building something that'll outlive you. That's the mindset that creates wealth. Now here's where it gets real. If you start thinking rich today, your life doesn't instantly change. That's the part people miss. See, the mindset shift is the spark. but the fire is built one brick at a time. You got to back that belief up with action. You got to show up every day with that rich mindset, even when your bank account says otherwise. That's faith, that's grind, and that's exactly what takes you from wishing to winning. Because when you think rich, you start acting different. You walk in rooms with confidence, not fear. You ask questions. You build relationships. You see rejection as redirection. You look at problems and say, this is my chance to grow. That energy, that confidence, that grind, that's attractive. That's what brings money your way. People want to invest in confidence. They want to buy from someone who believes in what they're doing. You become a magnet. So the next time you catch yourself thinking, I wasn't born rich, I want you to shut that down immediately. Because being born rich ain't the blessing. It's becoming rich that teaches you who you really are. That journey builds character. That process creates wisdom. And that story is going to inspire someone else who's right where you are now. You don't need a rich past to create a rich future. All you need is a decision, a shift in your thinking, a commitment to take steps every day toward your bigger life. Once you start thinking rich, the world starts moving in your favor. That's not magic, that's mindset. And anybody can have it, especially you. The second keynote, your belief is the gateway to wealth, is one of the most powerful truths most people ignore. See, everybody wants to get rich. Everybody wants to live big, drive the nice car, take the trips, wear the watches, eat at the 5-star places. But wanting something and believing you deserve it are two completely different things. Most folks walk around saying they want money, but deep down they don't believe they'll ever have it. And that's the exact reason they never do. Belief is not some feel-good slogan. It's not something you write on your mirror and forget about. Belief is the foundation of everything. If you don't believe in yourself, if you don't believe you're capable, if you don't believe you deserve success, then money won't even come near you. Because here's the truth, the world reflects back what you believe about yourself. You think you're small, life will shrink to match. You think you're meant for more. Opportunities will start popping up like magic. But it's not magic, it's mindset. That belief sends a message to your actions. And your actions determine your outcome. Let me break it down even more. If you truly believe you're meant to be rich, you don't walk like you're broke. You don't talk like you're defeated. You don't make scared decisions. You move like your future is guaranteed. That kind of belief changes how you show up in every single situation. You speak with confidence. You go for big deals. You learn faster. You bounce back harder. Because you know this is just part of the process, not the end. But you know what happens with most people. They let doubt rent space in their head. They believe more in their fears than in their future. And that's exactly what holds them back. They don't apply for the job. They don't start the business. They don't make the call. They stay stuck because their belief is weak. And if your belief is weak, your results will be too. Let me ask you something. Who told you that you couldn't be rich? Was it your parents, society, your teacher? Or was it just your own fear whispering lies in your ear? Whoever it was, they don't get to decide your story. You do. But you gotta make a choice. You can't believe you're stuck and also believe you're going to be wealthy. Those two ideas can't live in the same head. You gotta evict one. Choose belief. Choose the one that builds, not breaks. Now, I'm not saying belief alone is enough, but it's where it all starts. Without it, nothing happens. With it, anything is possible, because when you believe, you take action. And when you take action consistently, results start showing up. And the more results you get, the stronger your belief becomes. It's a cycle. But it starts with you saying, I can do this. I deserve this. I'm built for this. Think about the most successful people you know. They're not always the smartest. They're not always the most talented. But you know what they always are? Confident, unshakable. They believe they belong at the top. And because of that belief, they climb. They don't wait for permission. They don't wait for proof. They move like it's already done. That's the energy that attracts wealth. So if you've been playing small, dimming your light, holding back because you think you're not ready, you got to shift that belief. Stop waiting to feel qualified. Start believing you're already chosen. Talk like a winner. Walk like a boss. Think like a millionaire before you even make your first 1,000, because that mindset will take you places hustle alone never will. Belief is the root. Every tree you see started as a seed, unseen, buried in the dark. But the seed believed in the sun, believed in the growth, believed in the bloom. And so it rose. That's what you got to do. Plant the seed of belief and water it with action. Feed it with faith and protect it from the weeds of doubt, negativity, and fear. You are not broke. You're just early in the process. You are not behind. You're just building. The money is out there. The life is out there. But none of it will show up if you don't believe you're worthy of having it. So today, right now, make that your first investment. Believe in you. Because once you do, the world starts to believe in you too. And that's when wealth starts to chase you. The third keynote, act like you already have it, is not just some motivational saying. It's a whole way of life. You see, most people are sitting around waiting to get rich before they act like they're rich. They wait until they have success before they walk like they're successful. They wait for the applause before they perform like a star. That's backwards. That's not how it works. Life responds to confidence. Life responds to boldness. If you want something, you got to start living like it's already yours. Now, don't get this twisted. I'm not talking about pretending. I'm not talking about faking it until you make it. I'm talking about having the mindset, the habits, and the character of the person you're becoming before the money even shows up. Because the world doesn't give you what you want, it gives you what you are. You attract what you believe you are worth. You receive what you prepare for. And if you keep acting like you're broke, if you keep playing like you've got nothing to offer, life will treat you like that too. Think about it. If you truly believed you were a millionaire, how would you speak? How would you carry yourself? What would your day look like? Would you keep wasting time with people who don't value your time? Would you let fear stop you from chasing opportunities? No. You'd be thinking differently. You'd be acting differently. You'd be more focused. You'd be more disciplined. And that version of you, that already their version, that's the one who gets the rewards. This is about energy. It's about shifting how you show up in the world. When you act like you already have it, you're no longer begging for success, you're expecting it. You stop coming from a place of lack and start moving with power. You're not waiting to be picked, you already picked yourself. That mindset is magnetic. It pulls people in, it opens doors, it commands respect. Let me break it down even further. You can't be asking the world for wealth while living with a poverty mindset. You can't be dreaming of a successful life while doing nothing to prepare for it. Start now. Speak like a boss, even if you're still in the grind. Dress like you respect yourself, even if you're still on the way up. Manage your money with discipline, even if you're only working with a little. Why? Because if you can't handle 100, you're not ready for 100,000. If you can't lead 5 people, you're not ready for 50. This is about being the kind of person success wants to stick to. You've got to stop asking for a better life while showing up like you don't believe it's coming. Life doesn't reward doubt. Life rewards confidence. Every time you move like success is guaranteed, you're sending a message to the world. I'm ready. And when you're ready, opportunity comes knocking. Acting like you already have it also changes how you deal with failure. See, when you believe the money, the opportunity, the breakthrough is already on its way, you stop being thrown off by setbacks. You see them as part of the journey. You learn faster, you bounce back stronger, because in your mind, it's already done. And that belief fuels your action. That action builds your future. This mindset also helps you separate yourself from the crowd. Most people hesitate. Most people overthink. Most people doubt. But when you step into the room like you belong there, even if nobody knows your name yet, you shift the atmosphere. People take notice. That's what acting like you already have it does. It doesn't just change you. It changes how others see you. Now let's be real. This ain't about arrogance. This is about assurance. It's about knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. It's about walking in your future before your future walks up to greet you. That kind of mindset doesn't just change your income. It changes your identity. You start making better decisions. You start setting better boundaries. You stop settling for anything less than what aligns with your vision. So if you want to be rich, don't wait for the money to show up before you start living right. Live right now. Think big now. Move with purpose now. Speak with faith now. Because when you act like you already have it, you start becoming the person who actually gets it. And once you do that, success doesn't just become possible, it becomes inevitable. The fourth keynote: don't chase money. Chase value is where everything shifts. See, most people wake up every day running after money like it's some ghost they're trying to catch. They think if they just hustle hard enough, grind long enough, or stay busy all day, they'll get rich. But here's the truth: money doesn't respond to hustle alone. Money responds to value. When you chase money, it runs. But when you chase value, money chases you. You ever notice how people who seem calm, clear, and focused on their work, people who just do what they do best, often end up with the most money? That's not a coincidence. That's because they've learned that the real power is in becoming valuable. The world pays for what it needs. It pays top dollar for solutions, not noise. If you solve problems, create impact, or make someone's life easier, you will never go broke a day in your life. People pay for value, not effort. You gotta stop confusing movement with progress. Just because you're tired doesn't mean you're getting closer to wealth. Running in circles won't get you anywhere. What matters is what you're building, what you're improving, what kind of impact you're making. If your skills are growing, if your ideas are helping others, if your presence is bringing something useful to the table, then the money will come. Ask yourself, what can I do that helps someone else win? What can I create, sell, teach, build, fix, or share that people actually need? You don't have to be a genius. You don't have to invent something brand new. Just be valuable. Look around. Every millionaire and billionaire is simply solving problems at scale. They figured out how to take something people need and deliver it better, faster, or more conveniently. That's it. That's the whole game. If you want to stop struggling financially, you have to stop making it about you. It's not about how much you want to earn, it's about how much you're giving. You gotta flip the mindset. Stop thinking, how can I make more money? And start asking, how can I serve more people? Because value multiplies. You help 10 people, you might make a little. You help 10,000 people. Now you're playing on another level. And if you help 1 million people, that's where real wealth lies. And here's the beautiful thing. Value can come from anywhere. You could be a barber, a teacher, a coder, a speaker, an artist, a mechanic, a stay-at-home parent, or anything in between. It doesn't matter. If what you do improves someone's life and you keep getting better at it, your value will rise. And with that, your income will rise too. That's why some people get rich doing things you'd never expect, because they locked in on the value they bring. but you have to commit to growing that value. You can't stay the same and expect bigger checks. You have to study, practice, learn, and evolve. Keep leveling up. Keep refining your craft. If you treat yourself like a business, you'll start seeing yourself as an asset. And assets grow in value over time, but only if you invest in them. Chasing money makes you desperate. It makes you cut corners. It makes you say yes to things that don't align with your purpose. That's how you get burnt out. That's how you lose your direction. But when you chase value, you stay focused on excellence. You care about quality. You build trust, and trust is priceless. People pay more for people they trust. Companies thrive when they build trust. Brands grow when they stand for something. That's value. Think about the richest people you admire. It's not just the money that made them powerful. It's the impact. It's the legacy. It's the value they brought to the table again and again. The money was just a reflection of that value. And here's the truth. If you build value that lasts, you'll build wealth that lasts too. So, if you're tired of the chase, if you're done running after checks that never seem to stick, stop. Shift your focus. Chase value. Build it, deliver it, improve it, make it undeniable, and before long, you'll turn around and realize the money isn't running anymore. It's following you. It's calling your name, because money can't resist real value. That's the truth. The fifth keynote, your mindset is your money magnet, is one of the most important truths you'll ever hear if you want to build lasting wealth. Let's break it down in real terms. You can have talent, skills, resources, and connections. But if your mind isn't aligned with abundance, none of it will matter. You'll keep hitting walls, wondering why success keeps slipping through your fingers. It's because money responds to mindset more than anything else. You ever meet someone who seems lucky all the time? They speak with confidence. They walk like they know where they're going, and they act like success is a sure thing. And somehow good things just keep happening to them. That ain't luck. That's mindset. They don't see failure as defeat. They see it as feedback. They don't see lack. They see opportunity. That's the difference. That's what makes the money show up. Now on the flip side, you ever notice people who always talk about how broke they are, or how money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy? Those same people never seem to move forward financially. Why? Because they've trained their minds to expect struggle. They've programmed themselves to repel success. Your brain listens to your words. Your reality follows your beliefs. If you believe money is hard to get, you will make that belief true. If you believe success is out of reach, you'll stop reaching for it. That's how powerful your thoughts are. Money isn't just paper. It's energy. And that energy flows where it's welcomed. If you're always thinking in terms of limits, you'll never tap into your potential. But when you flip the script and start thinking in terms of possibilities, your entire world changes. Suddenly, you start seeing ideas. You start noticing chances to grow. You stop fearing risk and start expecting reward. That shift, that's what attracts wealth. But this isn't about just thinking positive and waiting for money to fall from the sky. No, it's deeper than that. It's about building a mindset that matches the life you want. It means training your thoughts to see solutions instead of problems. It means believing you are worthy of wealth, not someday, but now. And once that belief takes root, your actions start to change. You walk taller. You make bolder moves. You don't settle for less because you know you're meant for more. If your mindset is stuck in survival, you'll always be in survival mode. But if your mindset is locked in on thriving, that's where you'll start to live. It's not magic, it's mental discipline. It's waking up each day and deciding that you're in control, not your past, not your paycheck, not your circumstances, you. Because once you claim that power, nothing can stop you. You've got to start feeding your mind with better thoughts. Read books that stretch you. Hang around people who inspire you. Speak words that lift you. Stop repeating what broke people say. Stop absorbing fear-based ideas. Your mind is your command center, and if you don't program it, someone else will. And I promise you, the world is full of people who'd rather keep you small. Don't let them. You are the gatekeeper of your own wealth. No one's going to hand it to you. You have to create the inner space for it. Think of your mind like a garden. If you don't plant anything good, the weeds of doubt, fear, and limitation will take over. But when you plant confidence, belief, and clarity, you'll grow abundance. You'll attract opportunities, people, and resources that match the energy you've created inside. Mindset isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about choosing how you respond when things aren't. When you hit a wall, do you stop or do you find a way around it? When someone tells you it can't be done, do you believe them or do you prove them wrong? That's the test. That's what separates the dreamers from the doers. So the next time you feel stuck, don't ask, what's wrong with me? Ask, what story am I telling myself right now? And if that story isn't one of power, purpose, and possibility, change it. You are not your mistakes. You are not your debt. You are not your background. You are the author of your future. And when your mind gets that, your bank account will follow. Because here's the real truth. Wealth begins in the mind before it ever shows up in your life. If you build a rich mindset, the money will find you, not because of luck, but because you finally became the kind of person who attracts it. That's what makes mindset your money magnet. And once you lock into that truth, there's no limit to what you can have. The sixth keynote, stay consistent no matter what, might sound simple, but it's the foundation that holds up every success story you've ever heard. See, anybody can start something. Anybody can say, I'm going to change my life. Anybody can get excited, get motivated, maybe even take that first step. But what separates those who get results from those who only talk about it? It's consistency. It's what you do after the excitement fades. It's what you keep doing when no one is watching. It's how you keep showing up, even when it feels like nothing is working. Let's keep it real. The road to wealth, success, or any major goal is never a straight path. There are detours, there are delays, there are days when nothing goes right. There are moments when you question everything. In those moments, most people quit. They think, if it's not happening fast, it must not be for me. But those who win, those who rise, they understand that the only way to truly fail is to stop. If you stay consistent, you will grow. If you keep planting, you will harvest. It's just a matter of time. Consistency isn't about being perfect. It's about being committed. You can mess up. You can fall off track. But if you get back up and keep going, you're still in the game. Every step forward counts. Every little bit adds up. It's like working out. You don't see results on day one. But keep showing up, and the results will show up too. Same with money, business, mindset, health, whatever you want to build. Consistency is the hammer and nails. One of the biggest lies people believe is that successful people have some kind of secret advantage. Nah, most of the time, the only real difference is that they just didn't stop. They kept showing up when they didn't feel like it. They kept learning even when it got frustrating. They kept investing in themselves even when they weren't seeing fast returns. They kept pushing through the quiet seasons, the seasons when no one was clapping, no one was noticing, and nothing seemed to be moving. Let's talk about something people don't like to hear: boredom. Yes, boredom is part of success. Sometimes you got to do the same thing over and over before it starts to work. It ain't always glamorous. It ain't always exciting. But repetition is the mother of mastery. If you only do the work when you feel inspired, you'll never get very far. But if you can show up day in and day out, no matter how you feel, that's when the breakthroughs come. You have to stop expecting overnight results. Stop thinking you're failing just because it's taking longer than you thought. Big results come from small actions repeated over time. Every dollar you save, every skill you sharpen, every connection you make, every day you wake up and keep moving, even if it's just a baby step, you're building something. You may not see it right away, but you are not standing still. You're stacking momentum. There's a quiet power in being consistent. It builds trust, not just with other people, but with yourself. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, you prove that you're serious, that you're reliable, that you're someone who follows through, and that self-trust, that's what makes you unstoppable. Because when you believe you can count on you, it doesn't matter what the world throws at you. You'll keep going, you'll keep building, you'll keep showing up. Now, let me tell you this, don't let results be your only motivation. If you chase the outcome more than the process, you'll burn out. Fall in love with the grind. Learn to appreciate the journey. Get excited about the progress, not just the prize. Because once you get good at staying consistent, the results won't just show up, they'll multiply. They'll come faster, stronger, and bigger than you imagined. But first, you've got to be willing to do the work when no one's looking. Whatever your goal is, getting rich, building a business, changing your habits, growing your confidence, make consistency your secret weapon. Decide right now that you're in it for the long haul, not just today, not just this week, long term. You might not have all the answers. You might not feel ready. But if you can commit to being consistent, you're already ahead of 90% of people. Because most people quit. They give up when it gets hard. They get distracted. They jump from one thing to another, hoping for quick wins. But if you plant your feet and say, no matter what, I'm showing up, the game changes. Doors open, momentum builds. And before you know it, you're the one people are asking, how did you do it? The truth is, there's no magic formula. There's no shortcut. But there is a rhythm to success. And once you get locked into that rhythm, once you make consistency your daily practice, nothing can stop you. Wealth will chase you. Growth will chase you. Everything you're chasing will start chasing you. Not because you're lucky, but because you were faithful to the process. And that's the real key. Stay consistent, no matter what.